Hey, welcome. I hope you guys are doing great. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's reading is the person on your mind. What is it that they're thinking about you at the moment? All right. So we have three groups for you to choose from: group one, group two, and group three. If you do need to pause the video so you can take a moment to choose your group, feel free. But I will see you guys in your readings. Hello, welcome. If you have chosen the first group, and this reading is for you, the person on your mind, what are they thinking about you? We have the Ace of Wands in reverse, we have Three of Swords upright, and the Six of Pentacles in reverse. All right, so what are they thinking about you at the moment? All right, so this person, they do think you're feeling stuck right now, or stuck in an unhappy situation. This may not be in general, could just be related to a specific situation or a specific area of your life, but think you're still trying to fight, despite, circumstances or a certain situation. They feel that you are trying to focus on yourself. They do think you seem kind of checked out almost, maybe when it comes to them or when it comes to other people or in certain environments, you just seem a bit like not there and like not really present. They think you are trying to focus on the good, like they think you are trying to focus on remaining in control of the things that you can remain in control of. So yeah, they do think you're trying to like fight. It's like you're like swimming against the current sort of thing. And they think you're strong and they feel that you could want them, maybe others, to leave you alone, kind of maybe give you your space and maybe let you process some things. And I don't know if the person you're asking about is like they just have like they're just imagining this stuff about you, or if they can like see it from the outside, looking in. Maybe that they know full well why you could, be feeling this way right now, or maybe they just have an inaccurate perception of you. But even if they don't know like the details of what you're feeling and what you're kind of experiencing right now, they feel from their perspective that you have every right to feel frustrated. Um, they think you aren't able to be there for them or other people right now. They just get the impression that you're over it, really. You're just over something, that you've run out of patience. And yeah, like when it comes to certain things in your life, that you're just like drained. And they could think you struggle to, really express how you feel. And I don't know if this is in general, but they could feel that way when it comes to them. They think you're over relationships that don't have like any passion or like a genuine bond and understanding. They feel that you don't feel any chemistry when it comes to them, that you aren't really attracted to them like that, whereas they, feel very attracted to you. They think you aren't really looking for a serious relationship anymore. They definitely felt like that was your intention in the past, but right now they could feel again like you are a bit over it in their opinion, or maybe when it comes to them specifically. They feel that you are in a place where you don't really trust anyone when it comes to your heart, or you're just not seeing the point in, trusting someone when it comes to relationships, or maybe, you're not seeing the point in a relationship with them, or you just don't see the point in a relationship without, understanding, without, passion. So they could think you are taking a step back in when it comes to that area of your life. They could also think that you want them or other people to keep their opinions to themselves, maybe their opinions about you, what you're doing, what you have going on. They think that you think they are basic or simple, or they think they're not exciting enough for you, that they're not maybe attractive enough for you. This doesn't only have to be in regards to physical stuff, it could be, if you are attracted to someone's character, let's say, so yeah, in some way they think you're just not attracted to them. They're not your cup of tea. So this person, I don't know what this is about specifically, but they think that you are being very honest with them, in something that you said, something that you did, like an action you took. Like they feel that you were being very honest with them at the time, but it feels like they didn't really take it to heart, when that action or comment or conversation, was made. But now they see that you were actually being, dead serious. But whatever it is, like they see now that you meant it. Doesn't have to be a positive, doesn't have to be a negative. But they do think they should have believed you, at the time. So for some of you here, like they could think you are keeping them around for just in case purposes. They think they are like just an option for you right now, and kind of think that there's no real chance for the two of you. They could also think you are being kind of harsh right now. And this person, they think that if you had given them a chance, like they would have, pleasantly surprised you in their, opinion. For some of you here, like only take this if it makes sense. But they could think you intentionally got in between them and someone else. But they feel that you weren't really satisfied with the outcome. But yeah, this person, they think that they should have been more confident with you, around you, in their approach to you. That if they were, you would have respected them more. Like they do think you've been a significant loss to them, like you not being in their life is going to be noticed, it's going to be felt, or they feel it would be felt, if it continues to go in this direction. So they could also think you are still needing to get over someone or something, maybe something from your past, maybe a person from your past, something that happened. Like they think you are in need of an emotional release, like letting go of any pent up emotions or anger. they do think you're stressed, and they think they are or were a part of it, and they feel because of that that they need to maybe leave you be for a moment, like until you seem more receptive and open to them. Like they don't think you're selfish in general, but when it comes to something in particular, or just at this moment in time, like they do think you are maybe more, selfish, right now, or in regards to this, particular thing. And for some of you here, like they could also think you're taking what's not yours. But only take that one if it makes sense for you, okay? All right, so we have easy does it. So your health, happiness, and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. We also have email. Be mindful of the messages you are sending. And we also have flower. Pluck the weeds and plant the seeds of your most magnificent expression. And we also have willpower. So with the flower card, it's basically like saying that it's basically describing a situation where someone is like, getting rid of the weeds so like a flower can grow how it needs to grow in order to like bloom, properly and whatnot. So they could think that you are removing certain things from your life so that you are able to grow, so that you are able to maybe express yourself the way you do want to express yourself. Like they could think you are wanting to live more without, certain restrictions as well. Like this person does think they need to show more willpower, more determination, when it comes to you. But for some of you, they could think that they need to kind of show up that way in their own life, and for you to see that, okay, like this person does have, willpower, determination when it comes to them and when it comes to their life. And they kind of just basically want you to see that they have that kind of, character and maybe characteristics that you will, that you do respect, and they hope that you can see that in them. So this person could think you either need to take it easy, or you're making the decision to take it easy, maybe take a step back from certain things, in order for you to grow, in order for you to be, happy. They could think you are maybe trying to take a more gentle approach to yourself and to certain areas of your life. Like again, like they just think you are doing what you need to do to focus on yourself. So it feels like for this group, you've helped this person see that they need to be more mindful of how they show up. Like they need to be more mindful of how they show up, not only when it comes to you, but when it comes to like other people. It feels like you've helped them realize that the way they do show up isn't attractive, or it isn't, something that maybe puts them in the best light. It feels like you have, helped them have this realization about themselves. So they do think that they need to, grow in their own ways as well. So with email, it says be mindful of the messages you send, and like this person feels that they need to be more mindful of maybe how they show up or the messages that they send and give off about themselves. And also maybe kind of be mindful of, the things that they say and the perspectives that they put out there. Like maybe they think that they need to be more mindful of, how their actions and their words affect you or maybe other people. So we have here move on. So we also have I'm still thinking of the little things you did and said. We have this connection will forever affect me. We have I'm not sure. We have blah, blah, blah. We have I'm so turned on by you. We have a nice little house, 2 kids and a dog. We have our connection is doing more harm than good. And we also have why did I let you go? So with this card here, this connection will forever affect me, kind of similar to what we was just saying. Like this person does feel that you have had an effect on them. Like you've helped them realize certain things about themselves. So this person even knows for a fact you've moved on from them. For some of you, they could get the impression that you are moving on from them. You will eventually, move on from them. Like they feel ultimately like you do want someone who can, give you stability, where there is, a positive future to look forward to. And they could feel that you don't really see that with them anymore, or they've given you reason to think that that is something that they cannot give you. Like this person is still very attracted to you. They are very much turned on by you as well. But they could think that feeling isn't mutual, like that kind of, sexual chemistry that they feel with you is not really there on your part, they feel. Obviously, only if you're asking about that sort of connection, though, okay? And with blah, 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 like they also think that you aren't really trying to hear what they have to say either. And they could think that you have this perspective, our connection is doing more harm than good. They could think that you have the perspective that the connection you had with them either did more harm or will do more harm than good. And they kind of think that you just don't want that. You are trying to, stay away from that kind of energy. And with this card below, it says, I'm still thinking of the little things you did and said. Like this person is still, thinking and kind of deep in certain things that you have said to them. And, your words, the things that you have said and things that you have done, sorry, has had a major effect and impact on them. And that is something that they are thinking about. So it isn't necessarily that this person regrets letting you go, but they regret, yeah, they kind of regret allowing to let you go because they don't feel like they did it um, intentionally, but they feel like they missed the warning signs, like they missed, the clues and stuff like that, like, and they regret allowing you to kind of like slip out of their hands almost. But they don't feel like they intentionally just like let you go. And finally, with I'm not sure, this person is thinking that they really aren't sure what is, going to come out of the situation between you guys. Like they think that the future is still very, very uncertain, when it comes to the two of you. But that is all I have for those of you who chose this group. I really do hope it could be helpful and make sense. And I'm wishing you guys the best, all right? Please take care of yourselves. Bye. Hello, welcome. If you have chosen the second group, then this reading is for you, the person on your mind. What are they thinking about you at the moment? All right, so we have the moon in reverse, the page of swords also in reverse, and the two of swords upright. All right, so what are they thinking? All right, so they think you are being impatient right now and think you want them to do more for you. And there are certain things where they feel you aren't being, realistic. This person, it feels like they're thinking about cutting you off, even though they don't really want to. And they don't even really see themselves cutting you off anyway. But like that could be almost like a last ditch attempt at something, like last resort basically. And but in their perspective, like they think you are being a little close-minded, and they want you to be less close-minded, either in general or about certain things. Like they think you aren't paying attention to what's really important. For some of you, they could think you are being maybe condescending in some way. Like they could actually feel that you're trying to get them in their feelings, to be honest. They also think that you are misunderstanding some of the things that you've heard about them, or some of the things that they've, told you, some of the things that they've said. Like they could think that you are too focused on other people or them, and they think that you would be better off if you were to focus and prioritize yourself and what you got going on, what you need to do. Like they think that you need to be more critical of yourself as opposed to being, super critical of other people or them. Like they also think that you keep letting someone make decisions for you. They think this person has, doesn't have the best intentions and that you can't see it. They also believe that you aren't thinking clearly. Like this person, they thought they would be able to help you, and they still think that they can help you. They could think that you basically want their help, they want to help you, but on some level they feel that you aren't really appreciating it, or you're not really accepting the help that they are willing to give you, if that makes sense. Like for some of you, they think that you've been fooling yourself in some way. Like they feel that you aren't being rational or you aren't able to rationalize certain things. Like they think you're smart, but they could feel you use it as an excuse to maybe downplay them, maybe their thoughts or whatever it may be. Like this person, they want for you to explain yourself more so that they can kind of get into your mind, so that they can understand you and your train of thought. Like they do think you're anxious and they're worried that they're making it worse. Like they could think that you need to remove yourself from, people, environments, energies that could be quite negative. And they do think you're not really aware of how certain things might be affecting you negatively. But for some of you, this could be mainly related to the people in your life, in their perspective, of course. Like they do think that there are certain people who could warp your thinking, and they could think that even though you're not really seeing through certain people in your life, in their opinion, but they feel that you are seeing through them and seeing through some of their actions. Like they could also think you're trying to avoid reliving or, avoid thinking about some negative experiences. They also think that you need to trust them, as they don't feel that you do trust them fully. For some of you, they could think that you envy them for some reason. They could also think that you're afraid of them too. But it feels like they don't really plan on doing anything to change that on their side. And this person, they could also think you're spying on them, maybe trying to find stuff out about them. Like they could think you don't really trust them with your secrets either. But, they could feel that you are, too guarded when it comes to them right now. And, they kind of feel that it's becoming a problem for them. It feels like they really, really, really want to know what you're actually thinking. They really want to know what's going on in that head of yours. And it also feels like they want you to understand why they told people about your secrets or told people your business. It feels like in their perspective they had a purpose, but you don't see it that way. And now, because they've been telling people your business, right? Or certain secrets that you may have had, or just certain things that you don't want other people to know, that you told them maybe in confidence. And now they feel that you don't see them as honest and you don't see them as someone you trust. So they think that you are conflicted about them. And now you permanently have your guard up with them too. And they feel like you're more observant of them now, you know, like studying them, you know, like questioning their moves, questioning their intentions, right? And so now they feel like that trust maybe just isn't there anymore, that trust has been broken. And they could think that you're maybe just like being patient, waiting for something to play out, that you aren't really making any major decisions right now either. Like they do think you're trying to be logical. Like they also think that they put you in the middle of conflict, or, you know, put you in a challenging situation. Hmm. All right, so we have socialize or join in. We have computer, upgrade your mental software. We also have sex, kiss, hug, face and embrace all parts of yourself. And we have slow down to relax. So they think that you need to socialize or join in more, maybe when it comes to them and their people. They could think you need to try and make healthy connections with some of the people that they have connections with. They could actually think you need to make healthier, you know, friendship connections in general. But they could feel some of the people you're currently, friends with, or currently the people you currently socialize with aren't, you know, the healthiest connections for you in their opinion. So with sex kiss hug, like below it, it says face and embrace all parts of yourself. But it feels like they're not necessarily saying you need to, like, they're not necessarily thinking that they want you to embrace all parts of yourself, but it feels like they want you to embrace all parts of them. So with computer, upgrade your mental software, they could think that you feel that way about them. They could think that you think that they need to upgrade their mental, um, maybe their perspectives. It could be their knowledge on certain things. But yeah, they think that you think that they need to be smarter in some way. So they also think that you want to slow down when it comes to certain things in your life. So we also have I masturbate to the thought of you. We have I've been through some stuff. We also have selfless. I tell my family and friends about you. We also have wild thoughts. We have don't judge me. We have I can be possessive at times. We also have can I be that person? And we also have I deserve better. Alright, so with selfless, like they think that you want them to be more selfless, and they think that they want you to be more selfless, and they could feel that maybe on some level you both need to be more, selfless when it comes to the other person. So they could also think that you are trying to make them feel judged in some way, but they kind of think it's not really working. So the person that you're asking about, they could actually think that you want them to be more possessive or controlling. Like they could think that you want them to be like codependent or dependent on you. And with I deserve better, they think that they deserve a better relationship than, maybe what is going on at the moment. So they could actually think that you both may need to stop telling people about intimate parts of your connection and your relationship. Like they could think that maybe you guys need to keep your relationship a bit more personal moving forward. Maybe like not getting other people involved in your situation. And with I've been through some shit, like they think you see yourself as having like a really difficult or challenging life right now. Maybe that's the reason why they feel or think that you want to slow down. But if you do feel that way, it feels like they're not really like empathizing with you, if that makes sense. Like they're not really seeing it. But they do think with I masturbate to the thought of you and with wild thoughts, like they do think you both are still very attracted to each other. That you both still have like chemistry as well. Like if you have been physical with this person, like they do think you both really enjoy being physical with each other. And if you haven't, like they do like fantasize about it. They do think it would be amazing. Okay. But that is all I have, right? Have I gone through everything? Yeah. So that is all I have. And I do hope it could be helpful. I do hope it could make sense. And I'm wishing you guys the best, all right? Please take care of yourselves. Bye. Hey, welcome. If you have chosen the third group in this reading, is for you. The person on your mind, what are they thinking about you at the moment? We have a lot of wands. We have the Two of Wands in reverse, the Ten of Wands in reverse, and the King of Wands upright. All right, so this person at the moment, they do think you are unsure about them or unsure, about something, when it comes to them. Like this person, they do think you're fiery. They could think that they're seeing more of that side. They definitely think you're very attractive. They think you are confident, that you believe in yourself. They do feel that you have a lot going for yourself. And they do think you have a lot of positive qualities. And for some reason, they feel that they could end up blocking your progress, um, maybe blocking your success, or being some type of hindrance to you when that is not what they want. And they definitely don't want to be seen like that either. But even though they think you're unsure about them, they could think that on some level you could want them, even if you haven't shown them that, even if that's not really the case on your part, but that's something that they feel. But even though on some level they think you could want them, they also think you aren't really thinking of them like too much. And they think you have options, and they believe that they aren't really at the top of your list anyway. They do think that time will tell whether or not you guys are really for each other. They think you guys need to take it slow, or continue to take it slow. And they think that you aren't in a rush anyway. Like they do think the care that you currently have for them is maybe superficial, a bit surface level at the moment. And they think that their feelings for you are quite surface level too. They feel that there isn't really a clear path forward with the two of you. Like they do think you are indecisive about them, but could think you are maybe indecisive about most things, to be honest. They could think you're just quite an indecisive person. Like they feel that they need to keep their expectations quite low. But this doesn't seem like it's referring to you directly, like, oh, I don't expect much from this person, blah, blah, blah. Like, nothing like that. It feels like they don't feel like they should expect much from, like, the connection, because you have already, really impressed them. Just that they shouldn't have, like, a fixed outcome in mind. But they see you as this passionate person. They think you are, busy for the most part. They think a lot of people want you. Like they think you aren't scattered, even though they think you're busy. They don't think you're scattered. They don't think you're being pulled in a million directions, even if you do have a lot of responsibilities. Like they think you are quite spontaneous, that you don't really plan ahead in their perspective, but they like that though. They think it's exciting, and it's got them thinking that they, should live that way more themselves. Like they do think you have a lot of burdens in life, a lot of responsibility. that you rarely have time to relax. But they also think you handle stress well, so they don't think it's like all that burdensome to you. Like they think that you are able to prioritize things by importance, and they think that's generally how you live your life. So this person, they could think that you would benefit more from doing more things for yourself, but they think that you're actually content doing what you have to do, that you're quite content rolling with the punches, the ups and downs. Like they could think that you want someone to look after you or support you, be your cheerleader, depending on who you're asking about. They think that you two could be on very different paths, or you have very different goals, expectations from life, or visions in life, or you have very different lifestyles. But it's not like it's necessarily a problem for them, but it's like a problem for another day, Like maybe if things are still quite new between you guys or still quite surface level, they don't think that's something that they should stress about right now or think too deeply about. So they could also think that you do have to take on quite masculine roles in your life. But they just think that's just who you are, like that's just your energy. And they could think there are certain situations where you are prone to overthinking. They could think you are stubborn at times because you are so independent and know what you want, again, in like their perspective. They think that you're hoping that they are actually quite a strong person, that you want them to be someone that is resilient and determined. And they feel that they have those qualities though, and they think that they can live up to those hopes that you may have. Like they could think that you're done being over ambitious or just being ambitious, in general or in regards to certain things. The why you're over being ambitious could be different for each of you. Like maybe you've been there, done that, like you're chilling right now, or just kind of, living life and, what have you. For some of you, they could think that maybe you're just not, a super ambitious person anyway. That maybe you don't, feel the need to achieve your goals through, being ambitious. But again, like that why is going to be different for each of you. Maybe for some of you, they could feel you're taking a break and focus on something else. But they feel that you are a leader, and that's something that you that you carry with you. Like they could even think it would be hard for you to step out of that kind of leadership kind of energy. All right, so we have we have make time for self-care. We have money, discover the source of your power. We have X, reunite with a lost aspect of yourself. And we also have work of art. So this person, they could think you don't have a lot of time to take care of yourself, but they think that you're like cool with how things are. Like they don't think you're, hurting for not taking care of yourself, if that makes sense, Um, they could just think your self care looks very different than other people's self care. So with this self care, it also feels like they have thoughts of taking care of you as well. But they do feel like it would be beneficial for you to take care of yourself or just, spend more time relaxing because they do feel you are quite busy more time. So with money, they could actually think you're quite financially generous. With work of art, they definitely see you that way. They definitely think you're beautiful. For some of you, they could think you're quite creative. They could actually think that you either love art, maybe you create your own art. Yeah, but there is this creative energy actually coming up for this group, so they could think you are quite creative. And for some of you, like with X, like because they think or see you as quite busy, um, and maybe pouring into a lot of different areas or a lot of different people, they do think that maybe you have lost, a certain aspect of yourself. And this is something that they may not even know for sure, but it's just like in their perspective, it's like I can only imagine that you've lost some aspect of yourself because you are pouring into so many things or so many people, and because you don't really have much time for yourself in their perspective. So they could think that that there is something that made you you that you haven't really been pouring into. And we also have I'm not with all the drums. We have I was so afraid you were gonna reject me. Now so I was afraid you were gonna reject me that I didn't try it and now I regret it. We also have is it worth it? We have it's too late to say sorry. We have you are stronger than you give yourself credit for. We also have this can never be just platonic. We have financially stable. We have I'm so crazy about you, is this even normal? And we also have family issues. So they are kind of questioning whether or not a relationship or connection moving forward with you, building something with you, would be beneficial for not only them but for you as well. Like they do wonder if it's worth it, if you would see them as truly worth the investment. So right now it feels like they aren't really sure. Again, like it does feel like there's nothing really set in stone when it comes to you, maybe in this person's perspective. But this person, they are crazy about you. So with I'm not with all the drama, like for some of you, they could think that there are, maybe certain people in your life could potentially have a problem with them, and either them specifically or them when it comes to you, like they don't want to see them with you, or something like that. So they could think, you know, there is the potential for drama when it comes to them and maybe, you know, people or a certain person who maybe cares for you, is quite close to you. But they also feel that they couldn't just have like a platonic connection with you. Like their feelings are, you know, past that, and they don't think that they would be able to kind of like rein it in to the point where, you know, they feel just platonically for you. Like this person, they do see you as incredibly strong. They could think you are much, much, much stronger than you give yourself credit for as well. So for a lot of you, they definitely think you are stable, okay? Whether that is financially stable, whether it's just generally stable, like they do think you lead a very stable life. And this person could have their own family issues, and you know, they definitely don't want to involve you in that. Like they could think that's something that they need to kind of maybe keep separate to their connection with you. Like they could, for some of you, they could feel embarrassed about, you know, certain family issues that they may have. So for some of you, this person could have felt that you were going to reject them at some point, or in the past they kind of maybe thought that you maybe just wasn't really, you know, interested in them. Maybe you weren't attracted to them, but for whatever reason, like they thought that you would have rejected them, and maybe they didn't try as hard, and that's definitely something they think about. That's definitely something that they could regret, you know. Like they definitely think the outcome, like where you two are today, would be very, very different if they had maybe taken like a risk or taken that leap, you know, and not held themselves back. For some of you, they could feel that it's too late for them to say sorry to you. So only take that one if it makes sense. If this person has done something that warrants an apology, right? But that is all I have. Wait, yeah, that is all I have for those of you who have chosen this group. I really do hope it can make sense, be helpful, and I wish you guys the best. All right, please take care. Bye.